This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN.Live, and we're at the Small Cap Discoveries Conference 2019 in Vancouver, BC. With me right now is David Wolf from Hamilton Thorne, publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, HTL on the TSX Venture and HTLZF in the U.S. David, welcome back to SNN.Live.
Well, thank you. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you back. So, for our audience, let's start off with an overview of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Absolutely. So Hamilton Thorne designs, develops, manufactures, and markets a wide range of products that are used in the Assisted Reproductive Technologies field, and our specific focus is selling products into the laboratories of in vitro fertilization or IVF clinics.
So we last had you on at this conference, so about a year ago. Let's get an update. What's been going on?
We have continued to grow the business in a couple of different ways. We are, as you may remember, we are a worldwide business. So we had, and when we last talked, we had operations in the U.S., which has been our headquarters, but strangely not where the majority of our business takes place. We bought a business in Germany about 2 years ago. So we have significant operations in Europe. And just a couple of months ago, we bought a business in the United Kingdom. So that's been an important thing for us. It added new product lines to us, so we now have our own line of incubators as well as cryopreservation devices and alarm monitoring systems, which are crucial to have in the lab if you want to make sure that the environment is safe for the embryos and other materials that are used in the lab. And we're about to launch a direct sales team in the UK, broadening our direct sales focus beyond the US and Germany.
So I actually was able to catch a couple minutes of your presentation here at the event, and I saw that you mentioned you are a worldwide business, and you talked about some expansion potentially into India and China. Can you comment on that a little bit more?
Absolutely. So there's two things to think about. One is the India and China markets where, perhaps you wouldn't think there's a lot of IVF going on. But in fact, they're both large and very vibrant markets. The China market is significantly larger. It is now, or will soon be, the largest market for IVF in the entire world. Several 100,000 IVF procedures done on an annual basis, probably twice the size of the U.S. market, at least twice the size of the U.S. market. India is a little bit smaller, but growing very, very dynamically. And in both of those markets, the take-up of IVF is well less on a per capita basis than you might see in Europe, which is probably the most mature market, or in the U.S., which is somewhere in between. And what's driving that is that the huge and growing middle class in the big cities in Beijing, Shanghai, or Mumbai are behaving like North Americans and Europeans. They're spending their 20s getting their careers set up and getting their advanced degrees and getting independent of their parents, get married. And when they want kids in their mid-30s, they have the same physiological problems that everybody else in the world has. For us, these are both solid markets. Today, we serve them through distribution. It's been very, very successful for us. And they're both good markets for us. But we see a lot of opportunity to grow in those markets and want to continue to expand our relationships there.
So what would you say makes the company different and unique than some of your competition out there?
We have I would say, a maniacal focus on service. And service in this case means providing the clinics with the products that they want, when they want them, and doing whatever it takes to keep the clinic happy. We expect to be paid for that. I mean, we're fortunate to be in a business that has high margins. Our margins are well over 50%, so we can afford to do what you need to do, which is to give excellent customer service. We also have a very broad and comprehensive product portfolio. So we compete at some level with about 160 different other participants in our field. A lot of them are single products or single geographies, and we're one of the few companies that has both a worldwide focus and a broad and comprehensive product portfolio.
And then from what you can tell me, what can our audience expect from the company for the rest of the year going into 2020?
So maybe we're going to be a little boring. We're just going to continue to execute as we've always executed. We've been growing on an organic basis at over 10% a quarter versus our field, which is growing about 7%. So we're growing roughly 50% faster than our field, so we're taking market share away from somebody. We grow through acquisition. Over the past 5 years, we've done about 5 acquisitions. Our pace has been about one a year. As I said, we just completed one a couple of months ago, so I'm not sure you should look for anything before the end of the year. But certainly in 2021, if we can continue on the pace we're on, you should expect us to see another meaningful acquisition, which again broadens our product line, expands our geography, provides better service to our customers, or ideally all of the above.
And where can our audience go and find more information about Hamilton Thorne?
So please go to our investor website, which is www.hamiltonthorne.ltd.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN.Live, and we're at the Small Cap Discoveries Conference 2019 in Vancouver, BC. With me again has been David Wolf from Hamilton Thorne, publicly traded company. The symbols are HTL on the TSX Venture and HTLZF in the U.S. David, always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here and look forward to seeing you next year.